Well, boys, it's another day back out here at my custom truck shop, Elevated AF, and the guys just got off about a week holiday here. Well, it actually wasn't a holiday. I just gave them the time off because we don't really have too much going on. We've pretty much got everything ready to go for SEMA so far, which is in less than a month at this point. Now, we do have one truck missing from this lineup, and that's a 6x6. That's because it's off getting repainted. We are deciding to repaint it a different color. Well, a slightly different color, I should say. So that should be back before SEMA. But we just had a trade come in for this 2018 Ram 3500, or no, sorry, 2500. And then what also came with it was this trailer and this 2024, I believe, Polaris side-by-side. So we wrapped this all up into a trade for this brand new King Ranch F250, and one of the trailers we had sitting around the shop that I kind of wanted to get rid of, we tossed this in as well. So this is pretty much a straight across trade. The guy's just in the office doing paperwork right now, so I'm gonna try build something out of this. I'm not too sure what yet, but I'm sure I'll think of something. It's already got a bit of a lift in it, but I want to get rid of these things. Mud graps. If you guys have watched any Elevated AF episodes, you pretty much know that I hate mud grap tires. So we're getting rid of those. Also, my hotshot truck just got back here with a brand new truck for us, but is I guess gonna be another backup hotshot truck. This is an International CV. It came up on auction and it had a big dent in the passenger door. I guess a dent's a little light. It was in a bit of an accident, so we got it for like ridiculously cheap. Now you might be thinking, Austin, this looks perfectly fine. It looks fixed. Well, you'd be right, because right after we bought it off auction, we sent it right to our body guy. He got it all fixed up, repainted, and we got this thing for a steal of a deal. It already had the flatbed on it and all that, so we're pretty much laughing all the way to the bank with this thing. And instead of selling it, we're just gonna keep it around here for, yeah, I don't know, an extra truck. Not that we need any, but, you know, I guess we have one. At any rate, I gotta get this thing unloaded because we've got to load up some trucks we've sold. So you might notice one of the extra shop trucks we have looks a little different. So some of the guys last week on break decided they wanted to do something, so they came into the shop while we were closed and tossed on a set of JTX forged wheels on this thing and added a fender flare onto it. I guess they can't stay away from the shop. We had these sitting around. We weren't really sure what we were going to do with them because they're kind of too small to put on anything else we've got. They were for a customer build, but the customer backed out. They're 22-inch JTX forged along with 35-inch tires. So we're like, screw it, got them on here. And I guess now this thing's kind of a tow vehicle. I don't know. It looks cool at the very least. Okay, so the guy with the trade just left here, so I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this. I guess I should probably get the side-by-side off the trailer. I'm kind of thinking we're going to build the truck and the side-by-side and make like a package deal. They always seem to sell really well to dealerships, so we're going to try it again. I don't know how it's going to go, but we'll see. All right, up on the lift you go. I'm just going to park this trailer right back here. Yeah, it should work. Dang it, which one of the guys left the lift up? It's always something around here. And up on the lift you go. So the trucks we got leaving, this Cummins right here is sold, and the Shorty OBS 7.3. I wasn't really planning on selling this truck, but when you get an offer and it's too good to pass up, you kind of got to sell it. I mean, worst case scenario, I can always build another one. We've had some offers to buy the first gen Cummins trucks, the big lifted ones over there. We haven't sold them because we're supposed to take them to SEMA, which if you don't know, SEMA is essentially the world's largest truck show, and it's kind of like what a lot of people consider the pinnacle of truck shows. Anyways, they're probably going to be sold after we get them to SEMA, which is kind of sad because I really like these trucks. Okay, well, hotshot truck's probably going to be heading out here pretty soon, and dang, stock's already low again. I'm gonna have to fix that. Well, it's been a couple hours here, and I just got a call from a gentleman that's actually right down the road. He's fixing a move, and he's got a barn full of old mud trucks. So I was like, all right, I'll be there in 15. So we're gonna go head out, take a look at them, see if they're worth buying. I didn't even get told what is there, so I guess we're just gonna go look in and see if there's anything worth buying. I'm just gonna take this setup here. This should work. I mean, worst case scenario, it's 15 minutes away, so not like I'm driving hours for something I don't even know anything about. Heck, I don't even know if any of these things run. Well, this should be the place. And this is a long driveway. Okay, so I was told they were in the red barn. Now, he's busy packing because he's moving. But basically, the story I got is him and his brother would do some pretty regular mud trips, but where they're moving, they don't have space for mud trucks anymore. So they want to get rid of them all. So they said I could just go take a look and make them an offer if I decide I want to buy them. Oh, yeah, he wasn't kidding. He got some mud trucks. That is something. First gen Dodge, extended cab long box. Wow, that is huge. So he said everything but the big Dodge has been sitting for 10 years plus. He said the Blazers back here, oh man, these are sweet. The Blazers have been sitting for at least 15, and man, they just got rode hard and put away wet. That is terrible. I can't even really see what condition the bodies are in because there's so much mud over all these things. Good amount of dust too. So he knows for sure the first gen runs, but everything else he says he has no idea. So I might just go make him an offer based on that information. Let me check. Are the keys even in these things? Oh, the interiors are nice though. No, keys aren't in them, so I can't even check. And probably don't just want to straight fire up one of these things after sitting for 15 years or so. All right, I'm going to go make him an offer, and we'll see if we can pick up all 4 of these vehicles. Well, one big check later. Well, actually not too big for what I got, but a decent sized check later, and we have all 4. I got all the keys here, so let's start with the Chevy. Yeah, I got no crank. I got nothing. I'm just getting a click. Okay, well, so much for that one. The Blazers, not even going to try. I think we'll just winch these things out of here. The first gen, no. This one should run. All right. Yeah. Oh, fires up like a dream. All right, let's get this thing out of here. And it drives too, even better. Man, this is one big truck. Actually, I bet you our other first gens are probably bigger. Well, right on the trailer you go. Actually, I could probably fit a bit more on here, so I'm actually gonna unload this thing. I'm gonna park it here. Now, luckily, I brought the Diamond C with the good winch, and we're gonna see if I can get this backed in here. This might be a bit of a challenge. Oh no, I'm a professional. Look at this. Look at this. Like I know exactly what I'm doing. The Blazers should be easy to get out of here, but this Chevy is proving a little difficult. If I can just scoot the trailer over a little more. There we go. That should be good. Okay, let's winch this thing on here. There we go. There's one truck. Now, if I can just turn this around here. I don't know if this is gonna fit now. Yeah, with the ramps like that, that's not gonna work. Hold on. Don't fear. I have an idea. It is a monster truck after all. There we go. Now we're talking. Easy. Okay, everything's strapped down. Let's get this all back to the shop, and hopefully this will fix our inventory problems. I mean, I don't know how fast I'm going to be able to move a monster truck, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, so I made it back here to the shop. Got both trucks unloaded. The guys are going to start washing them. By the time I get back with both Blazers, they should be washed up here. Now, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with these trucks just yet, but I think the big one, that first gen there, probably just gonna fix up the suspension and just kind of leave it as a mud truck. It's not really built as a big show truck for the suspension wise and stuff, so I don't want to toss a ton of money into it. I think just making it look a little bit better than it does and working mechanically a little better than it does will be perfect. So I'm just getting backed up here to the barn. We're not gonna try to start the Blazers or anything. We're just gonna winch them right onto the trailer. Probably be the easiest thing to do, but these I have plans for. I've always wanted a Blazer, so I'm thinking one of these I'm gonna throw up on like a 3.5 inch lift, some mud tires, some weld wheels, make it look cool, and then one of them I'm gonna build as a big off-road truck type deal. Well, I guess like what is a Blazer? An SUV? It's pretty much a pickup truck, just with a topper. I don't know. It's something. Everything's on. Everything's strapped down. These wheels and tires have got to go on this thing. That just does not look good on this. What the heck? Why is nothing washed yet? Wait a minute. Let me check the time. Oh yeah, it's lunchtime. That's why. So it's been a couple hours here. We just finished up getting everything washed off, and now we can actually take a look at what everything really looks like. This Blazer is not in too bad of shape. Could use some suspension work. The paint's not bad, but I think I want to repaint it anyway because it is a bit old, and the clear coat's starting to flake. This one actually looks the best out of the two, so I'm either gonna wrap it or repaint it, but it's getting a ton of suspension work, but we still weren't able to get them started, so they're gonna need a little more work engine-wise. The Chevy here, it's gonna take a ton of work to make this thing look good, but I do have an idea. I think one of the guys at the shop is gonna buy this thing because he kind of wants to build one of these, and he has another parts truck that's basically this exact year, but the motor and transmission's bad in it, so we're gonna take some of the body parts from that, make this one a whole truck, and then build it out as well. The Dodge, not much to be said about this thing. I mean, the paint's not great, but I think we're just gonna go over it mechanically and then pretty much call it a day there. Maybe respray some of the suspension because it does look a little rough. But other than that, there's not much else I want to do to this. All right, so it's been about a week here and we got a lot more done than I thought we would. So the guys are still working on pretty much all the other Chevys, but there was one Chevy I completely forgot about. So a couple weeks ago, we bought this Chevy out of a junkyard, believe it or not. It had some different colored body panels. The wheel was snapped off, had all sorts of things wrong with it, and we didn't end up getting it finished because we were waiting on parts. But we finally got the parts in and we finished this thing. Cowl hood, paint matched the entire truck, JTX forged wheels, Nitto 420Vs, the whole 9 yards on this thing. For a gasser truck, we actually built this thing to the 9. nines. Gave it some horsepower upgrades, and now this thing looks really dang cool. The Cummins has actually been sitting in the exact same spot. We just did a little tune-up on the motor, pretty much left it exactly how it was, but we have a buyer coming for it later next week, I believe. So it's already technically sold. We already took a deposit on it, all that good stuff. But this other Dodge that we got in on trade looks a heck of a lot different. We went ahead, paint matched the entire truck, put Alpha X headlights, taillights, and third brake light in there. Gave it a power upgrade, cowl hood, because, you know, why not? It's a tradition here at this point. Also put on some JTX forged wheels. Man, you'd think we'd like love JTX forged around here or something. Kept the original kind of lift in there, but we did add in some Flight Fab rear and front track bars, which of course are powder coated to match the mocha brown, and went with just a really nice wheel and tire setup on this thing. Coming over to the back of the trailer here, we got the side-by-side that we got with this deal. Added on some bumpers, rock sliders, new wheels and tires. Anyways, since it is getting into colder months here, we also added in a cab onto this thing, and now I think these things go together pretty well. So this is getting sold as a whole setup, unless somebody wants to buy it out individually, but usually, you'd be surprised, these setups actually sell pretty well together. So this is going to get put up somewhere as well. Well, it has been another week here, and a busy week it has been. We got dadgum monster trucks on trailers. Now, what actually happened is the shipper that was supposed to come pick this truck up fell through, so we're shipping it out ourselves now. That should be leaving shortly, but the rest of the trucks are finished. And this don't even look like the same truck we started with. So my employee actually decided he wanted this truck. So we got this thing tore right down to the frame extremely fast. He had a parts truck, so we actually just slapped the brand new body from that truck onto this frame. It was already lifted up pretty tall, so we kept the original lift, but replaced all the springs and bushings and all that. Got it all powder coated, repainted his parts truck body, paint matched everything, put new lights, visor, a roll bar, which I really like these roll bars. I think they're super cool. Did not go with KC lights though. Bit of a disappointment. And some big old TIS wheels. Now, one thing with this truck, as you're going to be able to see here, or here, I guess, is the motor still needs a bit of work. Yeah, not quite up to standard there, so it's gonna be going back into the shop to get some more work yet, but regardless, it does look really cool. Now the Blazers. These are probably the coolest builds I've done in a while. This was originally the red Blazer, and we kept the paint how it was because we took another look at it, and it looked fine, so we kept it. Now this one, we just made it into a straight off-road beast. Big old Nitto tires, American racing wheels. We kept the original lift, but replaced all the suspension components with new Fox shocks, so it just rides way better. Aftermarket bumpers, front and rear, tinted it out, added a big old roof rack, because why the heck not, and a couple other things here and there. So this thing is now built to do some serious off-roading. I don't know if it ever will, but hey, at least it still looks cool. And then this is the other Blazer we completely repainted. I wanted a personal one for myself, and this was the perfect opportunity. Got it in our traditional shop color. Put a 3.5-inch lift kit on it. Put on some weld wheels, some different style Interco tires. I was going to go with boggers, but I kind of have boggers on a lot of things. Actually, you know what? I don't have any trucks on boggers except the 6x6. Well, at any rate, we've put boggers on a lot of things, so I decided to change it up. Found an original front brush guard for it, which looks really cool. Added on some KC lights because I love KC lights, but arguably I think the red one's cooler. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. At any rate, big shout out to DDC Modding for sending these Blazers over. I'll have his Patreon link down in the description if you guys want to go check it out. And big shout out to DVF Modding for the Dodge and D Brown Modding for the Polaris and the trailer. Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed. Subscribe and goodbye.